What's going on, guys? We're back in my living room. We're going to be going over one of the best exercises to put a pump in your rump. We're going to be talking about that ass today. One of the best exercises to hit your glutes, and that is the hip thrust. And there isn't too much we got to go over as far as the hip thrust goes. It's very straightforward. We're going to go over it over the next 2, 3, 4 minutes. We'll see how long it goes, but we're going to go over proper form, of course, then how people screw it up, how to get the most out of it. In some cases, people actually look like they're getting it right, but we're not getting the most out of the glutes. So we're going to go over the little changes we have to see there in order to get the most benefits out of the exercise. And then we'll get into some of the mistakes, some of the fixes, and from there go into programming implications like we usually do. So to set up, the main thing, we got a couch right here, and obviously we're encouraging you to learn from home if you don't want to go to the gym yet, but obviously this is usually going to be a bench at the gym. So we're going to set up as far as where the edge of the couch or the bench should be. We want to go with just at the bottom of the shoulder blades. So right here, bra strap area or bottom of the shoulder blades. And as we come to the top, we're actually looking for a 90-degree angle at the knee. So that's basically set up. Knees are out wide as if there's a band around your knees, and there could be a band around your knees for added glute activation, but I want you thinking about feet shoulder width apart or even hip width apart, but knees are out, not in like here. So we'll get better glute activation if the knees are out, and everything stays in line as we come down, back up, and then make sure we're squeezing the full glutes. And as you're learning this, I would encourage you to do like a little bit of a hold at the top and make sure you're actually feeling those glutes. A lot of people don't know how to get proper activation, so just pausing up here and actually feeling these guys tighten up is a good cue. Chin stays down, pushing through the heels and the midfoot mostly, but not losing our toes off the ground, coming all the way down and right back up. And a lot of times what you'll see is the big one is people might feel their back, and as they come down, they might kind of come down like this. They might leave their back or the back of their head on the bench as well, or the bench of the couch. So what we want to see is the chin stays tucked, just like you would in a deadlift or a squat, right here, and up. Sometimes you'll see people have weird setups, and the other thing is in some cases you'll have people feeling their hamstrings too much, and sometimes that just means you got to go off the floor, do a glute bridge, and learn from there. Sometimes if you just move your feet around a little bit, and there isn't really a method to this, but if you try a couple different spots and you go up and you'll feel your glutes a little bit more, that's where you want to be. The other thing is for the finish, so if your glutes are very weak, you may actually finish with your lower back. And all I'm saying is, as you come here, you may come up and not actually finish with the glutes really well. I get this tilt at the top where I'm bringing my belly button to my chin. You may have heard me say that before. It applies to so many different exercises, and it especially applies whenever you're looking to activate the glutes. So as you're coming to the top, make sure you're not finishing like this, because you may actually feel it in your lower back more, whereas I'm going to come through and get this little tilt the top, and now I feel my glutes and they're screaming at me right now. So that's about all we really need to go through as far as the hip thrust goes. The bench goes bottom of bra strap or bottom of your shoulder blades. In terms of, we want the knee angle to be around 90 degrees when you're at the top, somewhere close to there, pushing through the heels and midfoot, and making sure that chin actually comes with you and you're getting a good, like my glutes are actually still tight right now, which feels kind of nice. You want to get to the top and feel those glutes nicely, and when you're first learning it, I encourage you to put a little bit of a pause at the top so you can actually get really used to feeling that contraction. And other than that, just make sure the chin comes with you. You're getting proper depth, and that's about it. It's a rather newer exercise in terms of popularity. As far as programming it, most of my clients at the early going, they'll start with pauses or even higher reps, but as they get stronger, I have some clients doing hip thrust for 5 to 10 reps per set. Sometimes we'll do something a little bit different in terms of 1.5 reps or even slower reps or something like that. But basically, these can go anywhere. If someone's really concentrating on glute development, they may get a couple of different variations. Single leg variations of the hip thrust are much more challenging, and that's the hip thrust. It's one of the best exercises for glute development, and if you're not doing it and you're looking for glutes, that's the answer. As far as that, we'll come back next week with a new exercise, and then I'll just get out of here so you can go do the exercise.